student of North Sumatra University, and I'm going to explain about organ of speech, airstream mechanism, and the classification of English speech sound. First of all, I'm going to explain about the organ of speech. When we speak, we use our vocal tract to produce sounds or phones. Before examining the sounds we make in English, it is necessary to understand what these organs are and how they are used. This is the picture of organs. Articulators can be divided into two types. The first is passive articulators and active articulators. Passive articulators are organs that do not move in during sound articulation, such as the upper lip, upper teeth, and alveoli. The active articulators moves into the passive articulators to produce sounds. Main articulators are tongue, uvula, and lower jaw, lower teeth, and lower lip. The following are the organs of speech and how they produce sounds. The first is lips. They serve for creating different sounds, mainly the labial, bilabial, and labiodental. Bilabials are produced through upper and lower lips such as P, B, M, and W. Labiodental sounds are produced through the upper teeth and lower lips such as F and V. The second one is teeth. They are responsible for creating sounds, mainly the labiodental and linguodental. Linguodental sounds are produced by placing tongue tip between upper and lower lip. And then the third one is it is divided into different parts: tip, blade, front, back, and root. Tongue plays an important part in production of almost every speech sounds. Next, the fourth one is alveolar ridge. Alveolar sounds are produced through TH. Front part of the tongue plays on alveolar ridge. Sounds made with tongue touching alveolar ridge such as T, Z, L, D, and N. For the sound S, air from the lungs passes continuously through the mouth, but the tongue is raised suspensely close to the alveolar ridge. And then the next one is heart plate. Like the alveolar ridge, the tongue touches and taps the plate when the articulating speech such as J. Volume. The production of velar sounds is done by placing the back of the tongue against the volume such as K, G, and L. Uvula. Uvula is used to make guttural sounds. It helps to make nasal consonant by stopping air from moving through the nose. And then the last is glottis. As the vocal folds vibrate, the resulting vibration produces a buzzing quality to the speech. Sound production involving only the glottis is called glottal. Voice consonants include V, Z, B, D, G, and W. Voiceless consonants include F, S, P, T, K, and H. Part 2 is airstream mechanism. Airstream that produce sounds, it means that the air that we produce by our lung. We have two parts. The first is aggressive and egressive pulmonic airstream. Pulmonic airstream, which originates in the lungs and produces direct sounds. When the air flows outward, then it is said to be aggressive. And when the air flows inward, we can say aggressive airstream. This airstream is not helpful to speech, but it is used for paralinguistic purposes in various languages. For example, gesture or sign language or semi-linguistic things. The first one, I'm going to explain about ejectives. When the air comes from the lung to the pharynx, then immediately the glottis are closing and making a total obstruction elsewhere in the vocal tract. When the larynx making upward movement, then the air in the pharynx is compressed, then the obstruction are released. The second one is implosives. Implosive sounds are related to the ejective sounds. When simultaneous closure of the glottis and somewhere in the vocal tract, then the air is trapped in the pharynx. Then the larynx making a downward movement. In this result, the vocal tract air pressure will decrease and quickly the atmospheric air coming to equalize this pressure. Then we get sounds like gulping sound, and this is called implosives. The third one is clicks. This process on two simultaneous closure inside the mouth, by the velum being lowered or being more forward and block the air. Then, the front of the tongue or tip of the tongue makes another block, which results in enlargement of the chamber of air inside the mouth. Then the vocal tract's air pressure will decrease and quickly the atmospheric air coming to equalize this pressure. And then the air makes aggressive movement. Then we will get a sound called click sounds. For example, when we kiss, they create a sound which is click sound. Now, I'm going to explain about the classification of English speech sounds. We have two here. They are vowel and consonant. Before we proceed with this description and classification of speech sounds, we need to understand the categories vowel and consonant and try and define them satisfactorily. Vowel and consonant are popularly defined with a reference to the letters of the alphabet. Thus, the letters A, E, I, O, U are called vowels and the rest are consonant. This definition is misleading because vowel and consonant are essentially categories of speech sounds. Vowel and consonant are also defined in phonetic and linguistic terms. In phonetic terms, a vowel is a sound for whose production the oral passage is unobstructed so that the air can flow from the lungs to the lips and beyond without being stopped, without having to squeeze through a narrow construction which would cause audible friction. And then the consonant. A consonant, on the other hand, is a sound for whose production the air current is completely stopped or is forced through a narrow constriction which causes audible friction. Take for instance the English word C. The sound represented by the letter C is produced by raising the front of the tongue fairly high so that the passage between the tongue and the hard palate is very narrow but not narrow enough to cause any audible friction in the sound produced. The sound is therefore regarded as a vowel. As we have just seen, the phonetic definition of vowel and consonant does not depend on any other criteria, nor does it depend on the rules of any particular language. That's all that what I can explain. Hope it will help you. Thank you.